Hi, I'm Colin Pink and we're here with Hans Zimmer Live in Vienna, just taking over the AVB system that we're using. This show is quite complex compared to sort of most arena shows in that it's about 340 channels on the input side because it's a massive band and they all play multiple instruments. So to make things more coherent, mainly for the front rows, but also for the sides where things can get slightly mono and not as exciting as they could. We time align all the areas, as I say. In this instance, I use the Digico's T software, which has a built-in delay matrix. The solo strings position here, front fill 1 has 18 milliseconds on it. Front fill 8 has 36, for example. So we are basically time aligning each speaker in the rig to each area on the stage, which is an old theatre trick really, but there aren't, in fact I don't know anyone apart from us who do that in arenas for music shows. And it really helps the positional panning and makes things a lot less confusing to the audience. So historically we've run on MADI, and when Digico made some Milan cards for the DMI slots, we thought that's a more elegant solution. It gives us more flexibility, and we're running at 96K, and so we've got the Milan card that runs across to the L-Acoustics processor rack, and then yeah, we just stay in that format all the way to the amps. We're trying out these new interfaces, which is USB-C to Milan. What's amazing about them is the simplicity. It's a box, there's no buttons. Locking USB-C, so you don't have any problems there. And we're using it for playback, measuring, etc.
So about our PA setup, we have a complete L-Acoustics rig, going digital all the way. Colin already mentioned he is sending me all the signals in AVB Milan, which I distribute to all the outputs, to all the channels, to all the amps that we have. So we do have a total of 28 outputs from Colin. That is even in the maximum setup going out to 35 different outputs on my side, which is pretty cool with the digital world, with the AVB Milan, that we can really send any signal anywhere we want. So the setup that we have is, of course, we have a left-right speaker hangs, we've got some center hangs, and that's all amps on the stage side, but of course also divided from a left and a right. We've got a lot of stops, front fills in the front, and that is also even another amp rack, so another distribution of channels. We've got delays with some flown amps, also AVB Milan network going over there. And we got a total of 4 L-Acoustics P1 processors. That's all AVB Milan. So I got 2 over here in my drive rack. I got 1 on stage right and 1 on stage left in the amp racks. That helped me with distributing all the channels. The cool thing is now with this new interface is I can just send any signal that I want to any speaker that I want to listen to. 2 streams, 16 outputs. I know it's not the 35 outputs I have in total, but it is more than enough to reconstruct the signal chain that we have from front of house. So I can already test a lot of stuff before even the desk is connected to my setup. So here we're at one of the amp cities. We are at the amp city on stage left at the moment. We've got all the amps up here. They're all AVB redundant, primary and secondary. We've got 1 more extra P1 that's also doing an extra AES fallback if in any case 2 network streams would not work anymore. You can't see the switches unfortunately because they are all worked out in the back, but they are all on L-Acoustics LS10 switches, which is one of the most easiest switches to work with the AVB Milan protocol, because it's really plug and play. Yeah, like we told before, it's completely digital from there, going over here over fiber, and at the end we have an electric signal going to the speakers. But until the amps, it's all digital. So we have a total of I guess it's 68 or 69 amps at the moment. Most of them are, or a lot of them are LR12Xs, 4-channel amps made for the main rig, so the K1, the K2, all the subwoofers, they're all on the LR12Xs. Then all the other speakers that we have, so that all the side hangs is L2 at the moment. That's why we have the LA 7.16 amps. These are needed for this kind of speakers. So the cool thing is about, for example, our front fills is that we have these 16 outputs. We have 10 front fills coming from one amp. And I even have the possibility to do some extra front fills, some extra speakers out. That's now in a 2 rack unit amp. The thing is, if I want to do it analog or on AES-3, then we would need a lot of extra signal cabling. And with this whole network that is super stable, which is redundant primary and secondary, I never had any problems with a redundant network like this.
Here in this setup, I think you have 2 of these amp cities, right?
Yeah.
One left, one right,
Yeah.
and then there's also some amps flown.
Yeah, we have some amp flows for the delays, and we got another amp rack underneath the stage for subs and front fills. I'm getting 2 fibers over here, so it's just a dual con, 2 dual cons, primary, secondary, to here. From here I go cat to the other side, and from the first switches I go cat to underneath the stage. So it's at the end, I would say I got maximum of 3 to 4 hops before I reach an amp.